Hello, welcome to today's vlog. I'm just going to do a very quick vlog today on a puzzle actually that deserves a longer vlog. This was, I thought, quite a difficult puzzle with a lot of tricky wordplay. And then when I was reviewing it, I was trying to sort of put my finger on why I found it difficult, and I couldn't really explain it, which I think is a sign of a very good setter. You know, the setter has been totally fair here. He's just managed to hide the answers from the solver for longer than expected. And there are a few really nice clues though. Let's have a look at the long one, 4 down, which was important because it had, gave you so many checking letters. So bashful associate with twin likes also non-adult content. It reads very naturally. When I first look at that, even when I look at it now, it could well be that the definition is bashful. In fact, the definition is at the other end, and it's not even non-adult content, which is a very, a very natural phrase. It's just content. So happy as a sandboy, and it's content rather than content. So another beautiful piece of misdirection. And of course, the bashful associate is getting at Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So, one of the other dwarfs that wasn't bashful was happy. So really, really lovely clue. And very misleading. One of the clues I had a lot of problem with was 6 down. I spent a long time looking at this, partly also because 9 across. I looked at Bloom's partner, and I was convinced that this was a reference to Ulysses, and I was trying to get Molly Bloom in there somehow, which I'm quite sure the setter did deliberately. Whereas actually it was nothing at all to do with James Joyce, and it was entirely to do with Bloom as in to age, to mature. You just had to put mate around which comes up quite often. You are as an old city, and here it's defined as a biblical site. So so I didn't have the T from mature when looking at 6 down, where we had flyer unusually low after drop. Well, I can see pretty quickly that the definition is flyer here. I can see a definition or an anagram of low, so that looks like owl at the end. After drop, okay, so I need a 6-letter word for drop. And I spent ages looking at this. I think what's going on here is like a drop of liquid. If you have a drop of water, you have a little of water. I think that's what it's getting at, but I am not sure. I may have missed something here, but I wasn't completely happy that drop and little were synonymous, and therefore, a little owl. Well, I thought of lovely owl. I thought of lowly owl. I thought, lonely owl. I thought of a variety of other owls, but it turns out that little owl is the right one, thankfully. But tricky, that one. 11 across we should look at as well, because this was a beautiful piece of wordplay. So what some soldiers get without ploy to supply ancient field actually needs to be read rather differently. What some soldiers get without ploy to supply ancient field is how you're meant to read this. Ancient field being the definition, so that gives you Egyptology, and you need an anagram of ploy to in the centre of eggy, because some soldiers in the sort of toast and dipping it in the egg sense get eggy. So really, really witty. Just a beautiful clue on many levels, and not easy. And then we'll just take another look at 14 across as well. This was very unusual. I mean, this is much more a thing you'd see someone like Sabre, who is one of the greatest setters of the listener crossword, and probably would have good claim to be the greatest clue writer of all time. And I've seen him do this sort of thing before, but I think very few others would produce innovation like this. So you've got female entertaining news writer. Well, the way you need to read that is news is actually too new to I can't even say it to explain it, but it's the plural of new, and new is abbreviated to N, often in crosswords, so we needed two N abbreviations, which is not straightforward, not something that's easy to spot. So the definition there is writer, and the female is doe. So another difficult clue with innovative wordplay, and that was a feature of this puzzle. And I hope you solved it more smoothly than I did, and I hope you really appreciated some of the brilliance going on. I think Mark's going to be doing the vlog tomorrow, and so we'll see you again then. Thanks for listening.